All right, time to go back out into that quantum field. We never left it. We're in it all the time. Do you want to know the secret of why we're here? Yeah, I'm going to tell you the secret. I'm going to tell you about gratitude and what it really means. This may be something you've never heard before. It's another download that came to me. Information that's so clear, and I want to share it with you. You ready? Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. It's possible, I know. On planet Earth, there's so much going on. Well, let's talk about that. I want to talk about gratitude today and what it means. A totally different perspective on it. Now, I want you to understand that when you really come to terms, truly come to terms with the fact that this is a chosen challenge that all of us took on, that we all agreed to be here together. We weren't thrown together, just chaotically. That we are all connected. You and I are connected, all of us. We're one family here on planet Earth, and of course one energy field in eternity. But this particular experience is those of us who have decided to play out an experience here that is one of the most challenging. How does gratitude come into that? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, because when we are our etheric selves, energy, we're not playing out the illusion of planet Earth. We're playing an illusion of something else until you go back into the absolute highest levels of, let's just say, the source. And the illusions end. But the source loves the illusions. It gets to experience all of the things that it doesn't know as its highest self, right? So in other words, you cannot know pain. You cannot know bliss unless you've experienced pain. So we have all been just bliss. That's all we were. We didn't know there was anything else. If I explained to you color zibzob, you would say, I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, it's a combination between pink and green, but you'd say, I can't even imagine it. And then, zip-zop, well, it's a completely different color I've never seen. You can't explain it to somebody. You'd have to see it. We are experiencing that which is the contrast to bliss, to no bliss, all right? As I shared with you, if you're a fish and you're swimming in water, you have no clue that there's anything else. If somebody would talk about water, you'd say, what are you talking about? What's water? Until they pulled you out and you couldn't breathe. Oh, I was living in water and there's something else other than that that could kill me. So what's gratitude? You're going to love this. I hope you're going to love this. I love this. All right. When you are in total bliss and perfection, unconditional love, and there's nothing but that unconditional love. Gratitude is water. It's what you live in all the time and you don't know the difference. You haven't been in oxygen to know that you're gasping to get back into water, right? Gratitude here is us experiencing that which we are on the other side that we don't know there's an opposite end to. Because a lot of people aren't grateful here. And so in order to have gratitude, we have to be challenged with loss and lack. So we are being challenged, this is the master class, to go into the most painful experiences and still hold gratitude. It's the same with unconditional love. Can you go into the most painful experiences with somebody who is coming from the darkest actions, beliefs, thoughts, whatever it is they're doing here, and still have unconditional love, the ultimate test? Gratitude too. Can I be grateful even though I have very little? Can I be grateful even though I have experienced great trauma? Because when we find that which is valuable in absolutely everything, we go into the space of that which we came from. Bliss doesn't know anything but gratitude, but it doesn't call it gratitude. It's just a state of being that has no contrast on the other side. Or experience the contrast to know, to make a choice of gratitude in that which is the opposite of what we feel deserves gratitude. Everything's that way. So gratitude, why is it so powerful? Because it is the high frequency that we come from. Unconditional love is the high frequency that we come from. All those things that drop judgment, separation, all those things that are oneness. So gratitude is just oneness. It's always being, grateful for everything at all times. There's nothing other than that. When you are in your ultimate power, your ultimate light, outside of your body, outside of density. There's nothing but unconditional love. So you can't imagine hate or anger or judgment or separation. You can't imagine that because you're in a state of oneness. We are here in density to go back into that state of being. I know, why would we do this? Because it's so amazing when you can step away from the separation, the anger, the blame, the victimization, the judgment, the racism, the finger pointing. Everybody else is to blame. When you step away from that, you know it, and you feel the euphoria of the oneness and the unconditional love for that, no matter what, the gratitude for that, even if it's not all that abundant. Because the material world judges those things, right? I have a lot. Why do you have a lot? I give. I hear this all the time. I give and I'm not receiving. Okay? Giving doesn't mean you're going to receive more. Your state of mind controls that. If you guys want, I have free videos. I got brand new platform coming in, so get ready. It's live coaching. I have one-on-one and live group coaching. Beyond the Miracle Circle. I'm taking people into a space to understand that if you shift into that mindset, that giving that you think you're doing to receive something you don't understand is your state of mind. You're still in a lack. You're still in a lack mentality. Probably not gratitude. You might think you are, but when we examine that in Breakthrough Fear, my 5-star course, why? Because people are blown away when they find out what they've really been believing and thinking that they didn't even know. So when you're in water, you don't know you're in water until I show you are. And so we are walking around in a state of being that we think is perfectly okay as humans. And so when I show you the contrast to that and what that looks like and how you can feel and the power that you will gain from it in a very positive way, a very, contributing to the planet in a very positive way, the gates open up for you personally to receive everything because you have no barriers anymore. You have no barriers. You're not just in water anymore. You understand the contrast of everything, and you can go back in water and breathe there. All right, so what I want to share with you today is that your gratitude is showing something that you will experience outside of your body that you won't be able to name anymore. So appreciate it. So when I say to my coffee, thank you for this beautiful cup of coffee, I'm now focused, and I'm entangled with that. And it actually, everything's intelligent and alive. Everything is. This is science. Everything is. It has to be. If it was dead, space or dead whatever, it wouldn't function. It wouldn't operate. So those things that you think aren't intelligent, that seem to be solid mass, not true. All intelligence, all of it is. It has to be. It's part of the illusion, and it can come and go. We're experiencing some of that, right? So when you focus on something, and you have gratitude for it, you're going into the space of total oneness and bliss that you come from, and that's the highest frequency, and that's all that is. It's not, oh, the coffee is so beautiful, and in the material world, I'm going into gratitude that everything's beautiful. Everything, no matter what it is, even the teachings that you get that could be painful. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to master something, because I agreed to this. And others will present it to you because you agreed, and you in your highest consciousness are ordering these things because this is what you chose to master. But human brain can't comprehend that. Trust me, anything that's coming to you is your opportunity to master. It doesn't have to be painful. Have gratitude and it will dissipate. It'll dissolve. It doesn't have to exist anymore because it's no longer a problem. But you have to shift into that mindset. And I'll just say, no, thank you for the problem, but I'm going to continue to be this person over here that creates the problem. No, we have to shift over into a completely different mindset. You ready to come on over? I have free videos down here. LandriaOnkka.com. Things are going to change big time, so take advantage of what's there now. Tap into your power. So I teach you how to tap into that power. What is it? Much more vast than you can imagine. And so we monitor our thoughts. We go into a state of being where we have full understanding, but we don't have to know everything, because we know as humans we can't, and that's part of the game too. You're trying to know things as a human. Part of the game is not to. You, the source of everything, knows everything. You don't have to do that right now as a human. Be a human. Appreciate being a human. Wow, holy cow. Major master school, and you're here. Isn't that cool? So gratitude is just knowing the difference between lack and whatever things, and being grateful anyways. Loving anyways. Not seeing the separation, but going into oneness anyways, even when somebody is making the darkest decisions. And when you send that unconditional love, it changes them. The circle opens up and the frequencies change, because that darkness that they're choosing so it can know the contrast allows us to experience that also, right? If they didn't do that, we wouldn't get to experience contrast. So if we judge that, we've got some work to do. All right? Free videos. These are free videos for online businesses. We're creating a new world here. And if you want to own a business and control your freedom and your choices, and nobody tells you what to do with your body or your life or your time, and you want to contribute in a positive way without telling people what they need to do, come on over. Click here, free videos. Please subscribe and share these. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings, beautiful light being. Namaste.